What's good everyone, it's your boy yadiiiigg, 4 eyes, 2 G's here, and today we're here to talk about Playboi Carti. And I think there is something really interesting happening in the community right now, where after a string of recent songs, we have At Me, we have Pain 1993 with Drake, and we have the song with Yayo, which just leaked. We're kind of seeing a shift in the public perception of Carti, where people are having very strong and negative opinions on these songs right here, and it's shifting the public perception on Carti. And this is not what you want leading up to a whole lot of red. And I just want to kind of document and walk you guys through this shift because I think it's really interesting.
That sound that you hit before I shoot. No mask, you busting out the roof. For that bad, we on your mama head too. Heart of a sin, pop a perky up and rich. Think that I'm playing when it's up, you know it's spring. Fuck on your being right before your visitation. The other war, you gotta know your limitation.
And it all begins with At Me, which I'm sure you guys have heard, you guys know about. It's the lead single for A Whole Lot of Red, released about 2 or 3 weeks ago now. You see it on screen right here. So At Me comes out and it's kind of not received too well. As you guys can see on screen right here, I'm using Reddit as kind of like an aggregator of public opinion. Again, this isn't the be all and end all, but it's an easy way to see opinions in one place. And again, I'm not addressing your opinion or my opinion, I'm addressing the public opinion from the Carti community. So we can see on screen right here, 2.4k good and then 1.4k mid. You know, it's not terribly received. At Me definitely wasn't hated on to the extent of like a Pain or something like that. But as we can see, there was definitely a vocal portion of the community which didn't mess with it at all. So it begins with At Me kind of getting negatively received a little bit. But then we get to Pain 1993 with Drake. And again, I don't really need to say anything right here. You guys know how hyped I was for that song. Unfortunately myself, I was a bit disappointed with Carti's contributions. Drake's part is still GOAT. But this is where it really takes a negative turn. And again, I'm using Reddit, but we can see right here, 2.2k mid-tier, 1.5k bad, 2.0 disaster. This is a complete 180 to this song. Think about how hyped the community was for this song before it was released. People were so hyped about it, but then it comes out and the Carti community, again, I'm just addressing the Carti community's opinions, they are not feeling it. And the vocal majority do not feel as though Carti performed on this track. So it starts with At Me, where there's definitely a portion of people who aren't feeling it, and then it gets to Pain, where it's a vocal majority who are just not feeling it from the community at all. Then we get to Yayo with Young Lean. Now if you guys didn't know, this song right here, Playboi Carti's feature on Young Lean's new album, did leak, but the same thing happened with this song. Again, there isn't too much discussion on Reddit, but you can see on the hip hop head subreddit right here, Carti is officially in the gulag right now. Last 3 features have been absolute misses, and you guys can go online and look anywhere at discussion of this song. Although there are people who are definitely feeling it and people who kind of give it its justice, and even myself, I don't hate the feature myself. I like the song more than Carti's feature because I'm just a Young Lean stan like that, but there is definitely a vocal proportion of the community who outright hate Carti's feature on this song. But then we saw something really interesting happen on the Carti Reddit again. Look at this right here. Is baby voice Carti getting played out? 2.1k say yes, 1.1k no. Now, why is this so interesting? Because you guys got to think about this. Baby voice was everything for this era. This Whole Lot of Red era for Carti was literally underpinned by the baby voice. And I've literally said this in multiple videos before. Like, you can look up videos of mine from months ago. I've said time and time again, Carti's using the baby voice too much. I don't want a Whole Lot of Red to be all baby voice. He's going too extreme with it, etc, etc. And I'm not saying that I influence a public perception or people didn't think that before or anything like that. But now that opinion and that outlook is being actively more spread as a result of the string of these recent releases, where At Me, Pain, and Yayo were kind of negatively perceived by a lot of the Carti community. And you guys got to look at this in the wider context as well. This isn't just At Me, this isn't just Pain, this isn't just Yayo. These are 3 songs that are meant to build up the buzz and anticipation for A Whole Lot of Red. This is the rollout we're seeing from Interscope right here. This isn't like Interscope just chose At Me to come out at this time because they thought it was a fun little song to put out. No, they deliberately chose At Me because they thought it was going to be the best primer for A Whole Lot of Red. And if I'm looking at it objectively, and again based on the evidence I just showed you guys right there, in terms of the Carti community, Interscope is doing an average job right now in terms of building buzz and anticipation, because off the back of these records we've seen a vocal proportion of the community outright coming out against Carti, coming out against the baby voice, coming out against his efforts on these songs. And now I'm seeing a lot of people saying, I'm starting to worry for A Whole Lot of Red. I hope it's not all baby voice, etc, etc. You don't want an album be hyped up for 2 years and then in a month or 2 months before it drops, the community starts to get cold feet and is starting to turn against the musical output. that's a worrying sign. So yeah, I think it's a really interesting shift that's happening within the Carti community right now. And don't think Interscope don't see this. I wouldn't be surprised if they looked at the same things I've looked at the subreddit right there, and they're thinking, how can we change this perception? I don't know though. Again, this is just my opinion. Let me know how you guys feel about it in the comments below. How do you guys feel about these recent features? I've been pretty vocal about them in the past, so I want to know what you guys think. Are you guys still excited for a whole lot of red? Do you think the baby boy should continue like this? Let me know. Also, I want to give a couple quick shout outs from the Instagram before we finish. At yadiiiigg, you guys know what's going on. Shout out to tracked_J, appreciate you G, and shout out to Drew Witz. Thank you guys for following me over the Instagram. Yo, my man's kind of got the drip though. That shirt kind of hard. What shirt is that? I don't even know what shirt that is. That's a hard shirt though. Shout out to you guys for following me over the gram. At yadiiiigg, if you guys don't follow your boy, make sure to. Also, you can see my SoundCloud playlist on screen right now. Carti, Uzi, D Savage playlist. And I've got the link to the Lean song right there if you haven't heard it as well. Link in the description to check it out. And if you haven't, like, subscribe, turn on notifications, all that good YouTube stuff. And there are more videos of mine on screen right now. Make sure to check them out if you haven't.